It's a nice day today. I decided I'm going to do a video and we're going to take a walk and I'm going to try to multitask. You know what I'm saying? But before I do, I got to refresh, because if you didn't see part 1, you're just seeing part 2. Part 1, go see part 1, right? And then watch part 2. Part 2 is about list number 3 and number 4. So I'm going to refresh your memory, but I talked over this a different time, because this time I'm talking about number 3 and number 4. We ran down number 1 and number 2 in the first video. Like I said, go watch that video. Let's go for a walk, right? But let me let you refresh this. Refresh from part 1. In part 1, it's very important that you need to watch that. Rachel Donaire, remember, in this caps, right? Great talking to you on World Combat Sports. And she said, hey, it's a complicated thing to talk about and figuring the best to be concise. So remember, she left me this message and she said, 1, Vada's 24/7, 365 days. Vada use Vada 100%. Correct. All right. Number 2, we went over in part 1. That's very important. Part 1 is very important. Go watch part 1. Commission can hire Vada, but they can choose their own lab they want to send to their. Doesn't have to be a water lab. All right. B, choose a limited number of tests instead of a full panel of compounds. So they could test for a certain amount, not a full panel. Now, in this video, I am going to go through number 3 and number 4. Now, she said the sanctioned bodies can't change the Vada protocol. See what it says can't? It can't. Change the protocols, lab panel that they test for. Okay, that's what she said. And to me, that's 99% right. But in this video, I'm going to show there's a 1% chance that can be changed by the sanctioned body. And when I mean that, I mean the sanctioned bodies, they can't change the Vada protocols. Yes, they can. And the lab, well, of course, they can't interfere with the lab, but they could take the lab where they want to, right? And the panel, right? And test for the panel. So I'm going to show you this in number 3, using the clean boxing program and Maurice Suleiman, and I'm going to give you an example with Manny Pacquiao versus Broner and Manny Pacquiao versus Thurman, and the difference between the two while the clean boxing program is using Vada, right? And then 4, that's easy. Promoters can't change the Vada protocols, labs, or panels they test for. Yes, the promoters, they can't do that, 99%, but they do interfere with the promoters, because the promoters and the sanctioned body, well, I'll get into that. But let's run a track so I can get this out. Literally, well, let's run the track. Like, I'm going to go on the track. I'm not going to run, I'm going to walk. But, I'm going to get out there and get some sun. Look, I have my look. This is from my arm hanging out the car. Look, it's light skin here, right? And over here is dark skin. You can see the line. See that line right there? It's like a line right here. The shit's irritating me. So up here is high yellow Tank Davis, and right here is dark Frank Martin. And in this fight, we're gonna see who ass is the blackest. Right. So I want to go on a mix with Portuguese, Indians, and black. Right. So there's a little mixture of everything. Family from the West Indies. And, blah, 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 I'm born here, all right? Because people be asking me what I look like, where I'm from, and shit like that, right? So we're going to go on the track. And while I'm on the track walking and talking, if I feel more comfortable, I might go out in the yard, check out the brothers, see what's going on. And, man, I might do group. I might chuck some, pull-ups, do some pull-ups and some push-ups. And we're going to multitask and talk this shit. We're going to talk this shit, right? So let's move on. And let's get this education purpose popping. All right, so let's go on the track and walk and talk and multitask. But let's go through the yard and see what's going on through the yard over here. Cut through the yard and see what's going on, man. Wingate usually be my home. You know what I'm saying? Summertime, usually come out here, bang with the brothers, reps and sets, you know what I'm saying? But for now, I'm going to talk to you on this boxing thing. So, all right, what's up, bro? Yeah, so everything, it's crowded this morning. Yeah, it's crowded this morning. Yeah. Yeah. What up, good? What's up, brother? I'll be out here. Gonna walk that track first. Yosh, what's up, man? Everything good? How's everything, man?
Where you been?
I'm good, man. Come back out here. You know, my membership. He's doing good, man. He's getting big. He's gonna come out. Everything's so damn expensive, man. He's gonna come out. It's gonna take some time. Right now, he's looking for a job, and you know, so all these little things. You know, he's up there now. When you see him, be like, damn, he put on. Yeah, he stay in the gym. He stay in the gym, yo. Real talk. Yeah, man. Yeah. So we out here. Oh, everybody. Oh, look at this. Is life, brother. Look at the life. This is the life. All right. People out here living life. All right. So let me do this. Let me hook up and edit this, and then I'll walk with you because I don't want my phone to get hot. So I gotta edit something before I get up out here and walk. Because if the phone gets too hot, then I'm gonna have to stop. All right.
Must have been a misinterpretation of your question and hers, because she just told me all Vada 100% goes through Vada, all of them. They don't pick and choose and say, oh, we're in Vada, so we're not sending this to Vada, we're gonna send it to somebody else. No, all Vada goes to Vada, all Vada.
Okay, and what I'm saying is that yes, Vada, when they stand alone and they're not in a contract, it all go to a accredited lab called Vada. But once they're in a contract with the clean boxing program, or they with the promoter, the sanction, the commission, they could take them samples and take it to another lab. That's what I'm trying to say. That's exactly. And I have proof of that.
That is, you got it from Rachel, right?
Yeah, she commented. First, she was on the live. First, she was on the live.
This is her right here, brother.
Huh?
This is her right here. She's cool. Right there. That's her right there.
All right. So now you see, I got the hat staying on my head. But now you see, right? He's saying everything goes to water. He's still saying that. Now watch when she put up on the screen about the commission, right? And then he's gonna say, oh, I was saying that all this time. Yeah, but you wasn't saying that when the commission is hiring Vada to administrate, that the commission can choose. So let's keep rolling, and I'm going to show you proof with Broner and Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao, and I'm going to show you proof where the discrepancy is, where the sanction body could interfere and make you think and believe that they're using Vada in every fight by using their name. Let's move on.
Rachel, right?
Yeah, she commented. First, she was on the live. First, she was on the live.
This is her right here, brother.
Huh?
This is her right here. She's
cool.
Right there. That's her right there.
All right.
All promotions through Vada and sanctioning bodies are 100% Vada full panel. State commissions are the only ones that can exclude full panel and choose lab, which is what I said to you. If we are testing under the state, then the state can do what the state wants to do. But if you're testing under Vada, they all go to Vada. If you're testing under Olympic-style drug testing, they all go to Vada. If you're testing under OSDT, they all go to Vada, bro. They all go to Vada. And she's right here. So the one that you're talking about, Rachel, this is what she's saying it right here. She's literally in these comments. They all go to Vada, brother.
So you're saying that? So she's saying that?
Brother. Okay, she said yes. Yes.
She's saying that all goes to Vada.
Yes.
Ask the witnesses in the contract, because I got her message, and I put it up on my video. That once they in a contract, so I'm not. Maybe she should come on right now and get this clear.
But it's nothing to clear though, brother. It's really nothing to clear. It really is nothing to clear. Like you believe that Vada can take a test with somebody and
they don't test. They administrate. They don't test. They administrate.
It's the same thing.
No.
So he's saying it's the same thing. When you hear, see, this is why we have to do this, because the sheep, they suck up stuff and then they try to regurgitate and repeat it, right? And I'm saying the sheep too, hey, we're all looking for the right answers, right? And sometimes we got to put
the pieces to the puzzle and get clips of certain places and say, well, maybe this is why this happened, right? But he's saying it's the same thing. Okay, so let me put it like this. Vada test and Vada send it to Vada to test. Do that make any sense? No. Vada administrate. They take blood samples, urine, and pubic hair, or whatever hair they want to pull from your ass, right? And then they get it tested, right? By who? Vada. So you can't say Vada test and Vada test. No. They got the samples and they sent it to a credible lab called Vada. Let's proceed.
Vada and Vada, USADA, all those guys. I said they can take a test. So let me reword that so it sounds better. They can take the sample. It's the same thing. They can take the test or take the sample. It's the same thing. All right?
It's not the same thing because testing is testing. Testing does Vada. Vada do testing.
Vada will test.
Right.
Vada. They will test.
And Vada does administration.
It's semantics, brother. I said they take the test. They don't do the test, but I'll change the wording to make it sound a little bit better for you. They take the sample and ship the sample. Let me before Queen Rachel addresses this conversation. This dude ready set boxing. Bro, you're a bum loser. You are a bum, dude. You're a bum. Hold on a second. Everybody, 1 second. 1 second, y'all, because I'm not going to have y'all on the page when I'm speaking to this dude. I'll put y'all all back on. I'm listening.
Yo, BF.
Shut the fuck up, you fucking stupid bitch ass nigga. Fuck you, you goofy bitch ass nigga. Get your goofy ass the fuck out of here. You stupid retarded bitch ass nigga. You know who I am. I don't give a fuck who you are. Okay, now I'll bring people back on. Hey. Okay, there you go. Go ahead, brother. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay, so all right. So if Rachel's here, I remember you commented it and you replied back to me after you was on World Combat Sports, and I was on there too, and I was asking this question, and then you commented and said, okay, but when they under a promotion or under a contract, that samples don't always go to water. Am I lying, or did I read it wrong?
I honestly, I think you read it wrong. I'm trying to bring up your...
Right. She said she think I read it wrong. See, I'm not cutting the video, right? I'm just getting to the important parts, but you could go always back to Best Fight the Vest video. You can subscribe to him if you want to. And you could look. I'm not cutting and editing things to make it sound like I know everything, right? So she said, I think you don't know how you read it, right? Okay. So let's move on, just in case, all right? It's up to the viewers to decide if I see things wrong, okay?
Where I pinged you on it. Actually, I think I have it.
What you wrote, what you wrote to me.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm looking for it. Testing.
It's on my comment section.
Yeah, and the drug testing. Okay, I think it's this one. Is it this one? Nope, not that one. Which freaking? Oh, about. Okay, I think I found it with no needle on it.
Yeah, it was on you replied back to me.
Okay.
It's the one right after World Combat Sports. And you say it was nice talking to World Combat Sports.
So I said, so to be clear, Vada 24/7 365 uses WADA 100% of the time. Okay. And then number 2, commission can hire Vada, but they can choose their own lab that they want to be sent to, and they can choose a limited number. So
in part 1, did Best Fight the Best explain that to me? No, he didn't. He's telling me about the sanction body, what they could do, and what the Vada could do, but he never said anything about the sanction body or clean boxing program hiring Vada to administrate, and then what happens to those labs, right? Because like I said, I'm going to show proof about how the sanction body can make you think something in one fight and do it different in another fight, and they could interfere, right? Where it says in number 3, but let's finish this, roll it. Let's roll it. But I'm just letting you know, This is what Best Fight the Best. He did not mention anything about that. He's just telling me sanctioned bodies, what they could do, and blah, blah, blah. So let's run this motherfucking track some more.
Example, if let's look at oh my God, Keyshawn. I think he was the one that got hit in Texas, right? Let's pretend, because I don't. Well, let's just hypothetically say that Texas used Vada to get the sample for Keyshawn, but they included marijuana because they're a state commission. They're like, nope, we want the marijuana included, but Nevada doesn't want that, right? So the comparison is that they can exclude certain panels because it's their state commissioning. So they can say, yes, I want the full panel, all anti-doping. I could say, I don't need all of this other shit. I just need this. And they can send it to whatever lab that they want to. But the sanctioning bodies and the promoters cannot change the VADA protocols lab or panel that they test for. So if it's in a contract with Matchroom, Top Rank, PBC, whoever, they're adhering completely to VADA standards, which completely adheres to WADA standards. The only people that can change it is someone like UCAD, which is, the UK anti-doping for boxing, and then also Nevada, New York, Texas, Florida. The state commissions are the only ones that can do that if they choose to utilize VADA as their testing agency for the fight, not for the camp, but for the fight itself. Does that make sense?
So you see how the information changed as soon as Rachel stepped on the scene, and it gets more detailed. It gets more to the point about when a person gets hired and the details, where in the beginning of part 1, I'm telling you, he never mentioned that. This is part 2. I'm showing you when she put up on the screen what she says, he repeats this and say, yeah, I said that. Well, you said half, but you ain't say the whole. You're talking about what commissions can do all by itself, but not when VADA is getting hired by them, right? And now I am going to show you, right? Well, maybe I'm going to let the video play a little bit more, and then I'm going to show you proof about the Broner and the Thurman fight and how the sanction interfere and made people believe, the sheep out there believe that Vada was in both, but was only in one. So I'm going to show you proof. Not to say that Rachel Donaire is wrong about her statement. I'm not here to change her words around and be the king of righteousness. I'm not here with that bullshit. I'm not doing what Manager Marty's doing, switching her words around. Her words are correct. But I'm showing you, under the fucking sun, anything can fucking happen when you're dealing with promoters and fucking sanctioning bodies. Damn it. Shit.
So you're saying, okay, not the promoter, but you're saying the commissions. The commissions could change it.
Yes. The commission, yes.
It's a gray area. It's a gray area where it's kind of hard. If people are listening and some like if I say I'm VADA's testing, yeah, they testing, but they ain't giving the results. It's WADA they're giving the results. But our average person that's listening to this will be like, oh yeah, VADA's testing with the clean boxing program. I don't know if it's going to WADA, but you're saying it's going to WADA, but at the same time, it sounds like the commission or the clean boxing program or like the promoter. You know, when they say Al Heyman don't like to hear, they don't want to say anything about it's congratulations, you finished and complete, and you don't see that with some of the PBC fighters because
Correct.
The promoter does not want to announce that.
Correct.
Okay,
yeah.
So that's a rule that VADA do all the time. But VADA say, okay, we're gonna listen to what the promoter say, and we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna announce that fighter was using VADA to get administrated from blood, urine, and hair samples. So it's a gray area when I feel like, well, maybe I'm wrong, but when VADA, because I was just reading exactly what you showed me, and you said, number one, it's the fact that VADA sends all their shit to the credible lab. I got that. He said it on Nonito doesn't said that on Best Fight the Best channel. So I agree with that 100%. But then you said number 2, number 3, and number 4, and you said, but there's something else. And that's what I went with right there. That's what I went with. Unless the commission or the promoter, you listed all the way to number 4.
Yeah, no, not the so only the commission. Only the commission can do that. The promoters can't do that. And let me give you an example. So Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman, I believe it was, there was a confusion, the exact same confusion that you're talking about, where Vada said they're not with Vada. The fighters themselves were not with Vada, meaning specifically that they weren't enrolled in 24/7 for 8 weeks, right? That's the Vada protocol. But what did happen was that the State Commission of Nevada hired Vada to implement the testing for the Nevada test. So, for example, with the Devin Haney-Ryan Garcia fight, you know how everyone's out.
Good. Let's stop you right there, because she's using the example perfectly, where I'm going to put I'm going to reinforce what she's saying about the Keith Thurman, the Broner, and how the testing. But see, I'm showing you that the sanctioned body can interfere, right? Clean boxing program could interfere and change the shit up, right? And they don't actually have to do 8 weeks. They could just test 2 or 3 times. Pre-testing, right? 2 or 3 times within a certain amount of weeks. You don't have to be the full 8 weeks. And then always going to be post, right? But now where those labs going to? Where those labs going to? You telling me they can't interfere with the labs? They can interfere with the labs, right? Not just the commission, but the sanction body, because the sanction body is paying for it. If the WBC, I said, I don't want to pay for this to go to WADA, well, this is what you call interference. They change it up, but they're still using Vada's name to make it look like Vada is the one that's doing everything. And when shit comes back dirty, then we talking about, oh, it was the commission, right? And she's about to go in with Ryan. But before that, let's intercept with Sean Gibbons and let him explain. And I did this video 2 years ago. 2 fucking years ago. You can see that I only got 213 views. So y'all niggas wasn't catching up with me. Now you're going to catch up. Watch what he says about the difference between Broner and Thurman. I'm going to let it play. 2 years ago in my van. I'm going to let it play. Please, take the information. And then you can see what I'm talking about. 2 years ago.
Not cutting things out, and you can see the whole video. But as this man talks, I'm going to get in between and try to break down some certain things within this, right? All right, so let's go. Let's get it.
I kind of want you to address it as far as, you know, the drug testing before and after this particular fight, and in general, the protocol that Manny follows.
Yeah, so it's real simple. Earlier in the year, or at the end of last year, we signed up for the WBC Vada clean testing 365, 24/7. You know, the Manny can be tested anytime, anywhere, because the first thing Manny wants everybody to know, he's probably the cleanest fighter I've ever been around. That tested more than anybody, you know, that I've worked with a lot of guys. So after we signed up for that, we were doing the fight January 19th with Adrian Broner. We signed up for Vada drug testing for that fight. It was administered, you know, numerous times, every 3, 4, 5. For the Broner fight, everything was absolutely clean. Everything was clear. Leading up to the Thurman fight, you know, basically it's going to be the same type of drug testing. Whoever administers it, we were had no problem. You know, we're already signed up. So we got the papers about 45 days out to sign up again for what we thought was Vada, what turned out to be the Nevada State Athletic Commission using Vada. So either way you look at it, is Vada administered?
But he said leading up to the Thurman fight, he thought, this is the word he said, he thought that everything was going to be the same the way they did situations with Broner with the clean boxing program. The same situation. That's what he thought. Then, when it came to Keith Thurman, and the key word he said here, we signed up. We didn't care who administrated it. Say it again, Sean Gibbons.
Clear. So leading up to the Thurman fight, you know, basically it's going to be the same type of drug testing. Whoever administers it, we were had no problem. You know, we're already signed up.
So whoever administrated it, we signed up already. We did Vada administrating it, that test in the beginning. Now, when it comes to Keith Thurman, we don't care. We signed up for the clean boxing program. Come to find out, something changed. Well, come on, Sean Gibbons, but you know that you don't care. You signed up for it. We don't care who administrated the test. We did what they want us to do, and that was to sign up for the clean boxing program. That's telling me, reading between the lines, that you know that Vada is being used at certain times in certain fights, but also the Nevada Commission is also being used also. So it was a change.
let's talk about this change. Go ahead, run that track, Sean Gibbons.
Leading up to the Thurman fight, we thought, basically it's going to be the same type of drug testing. Whoever administers it, we were had no problem. We're already signed up. So we got the papers about 45 days out to sign up again for what we thought was Vada, but turned out to be the Nevada State Athletic Commission using Vada. So either way you look at it, it's Vada administered. It's the same. Whoever picks up the sample, Vada goes to the same place. The Vada goes to the same place. The sample goes to the same place. So it don't matter.
Correction, Sean Gibbons. It don't go to the same place. We assume it's going to the same place, but remember what they said about the commissions. They can take it to their own lab. So in the one with Broner, Sean Gibbons, yes, them labs was going to Vada, right? That's what we assuming, and that's what everybody was assuming, because Clean Boxing Program, the sanctioning body, that's only one, Clean Boxing Program, is using Vada. So we assume it's going to Vada. In the first Broner fight, maybe it did. But then the second, the sanction body stepped in and said, you know what? I don't want to spend this money to go to a accredited lab. I don't want to spend 8 weeks. So what I'm going to do is, let them administrate. Vada's going to administrate, and then we're going to flip it, and then we're going to take it to the commission. And what do the commission do? Yeah, they take it to whatever lab they want to. So you see how the sanction body could step in, right? If they have a Clean Boxing Program. I don't know about the IBF, the WBA, and all this shit. Fine. But let's move on and see what happened with this little beef they had. Come on.
Who's doing it? It was Nevada or Vada. But the difference was that Vada, it's kind of like an ego thing. Dr. Margaret Goodman, she wasn't in control of it. Like, I want to be the person that administered it. I got to control it. No, Nevada, the State Athletic Commission, who's in charge of the whole fight, they called and hired her. So what happened was she put out a press release, which was completely wrong, and started this whole hysterical thing about no Vada testing, which was a complete lie. And we're very upset with Dr. Goodman. Why she would do this to try to tarnish Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman for anything other than being two of the cleanest fighters. Neither one's ever tested, for anything. Neither one's ever been really, accused of anything. But she took it upon herself just because she wasn't doing it personally to put out a press release, which is absolutely absurd why she would do that.
So now we see that the president, Margaret Goodman of Vada, had an issue with this situation. Because see, now, hold on, this clear here, it's killing me, man. Let's take it clear. Let's see, that's better. Yeah, so Margaret Goodman, see, now you're reading between the lines. Something's not right. Now, the way I see it, do I feel like Margaret Goodman was trying to tarnish Manny Pacquiao's name, or she was trying to get back at the Clean Boxing Program? So I'm going to go 2 different ways with this. With the first way that I feel like this is what's happening. The Broner fight administrated, not testing, administrated by Vada. Labs went to the Clean Boxing Program. They do what they got to do with the labs, right? And that's that. That's the way I see it. Now with the Keith Thurman fight, just like he said, Shogun said, 45 days out, I'm getting the paperwork, and it's not Vada administrating the test. So the Clean Boxing Program decided, let's take Vada out of it, right? And let's use the Vada Athletic Commission. Now, is that Manny Pacquiao's fault? Is Sean Gibbons' fault that maybe they don't want to pay or save that money for the next fight because they on a budget with Vada to do administration? Is that? But it looked like you're tarnishing Manny Pacquiao's because the way I see it, Margaret Goodman say, listen, Manny Pacquiao and Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman is not was administrated by Vada. And she's telling you the truth. But at the same time, I can't say that she's trying to tarnish Manny Pacquiao's name, because at the same time, I showed you that Twitter where she said, hey, not every lab panel, not every testing, and under a contract, you're not going to get what we give you, the official Vada, 8 weeks and testing, and it goes to the laboratory of WADA. Those 3 things. So was she trying to tarnish Manny Pacquiao? No, she's just going to be like, listen, man, we use you. We have a contract with you, Clean Boxing Program. But it seems like you'll use it when you want to, and then if your budget or whatever it is, you use the Nevada State Athletic Commission, but at the same time, you're using our name saying to use Vada all the time. Is that Sean Gibbons and Manny Pacquiao fault? No,
Because the way I see it, and that's why I have no problem using Manny Pacquiao. I have no problem using Manny Pacquiao. And the reason why I have no problem using him, because he's been in the game how many decades? Not years, decades. And how long has the clean boxing program been around? Okay, so you do the math. So if I see that Manny Pacquiao is doing something over here different with the PBC and the clean boxing program, but all his life he's been tested, never got popped, never used a pubic hair to see if it needed testing, right? None of that stuff, none of that shit. Been tested numerous times all his life, way before this stupid clean boxing program came along. Okay, been on an official Vada site, right? Been the most tested, having about 24 titles. Listen, man. So I got no problem, and I'm not bashing Manny. But what about your fighters? But that's why I use my fighter for example, because you funky apes get real funky when you use your fighter or you mention a fighter. And that's what I'm trying to do in this video. I ain't mention no fighter. I mentioned Manny Pacquiao because y'all get hard on it. Y'all want to bust a nut so badly to catch this dude, Manny Pacquiao.
All right, so that is the thumbnail, and it shows 2 years ago. So I ain't new to this shit, right? And I always had this question, and I'm glad now up to par we up to it, right? So now you see that the sanctioning body could decide, yeah, we're gonna use Vada for Broner, and then Vada would take it to Wada. But the second fight with Thurman, well, we could put it to commission, give it to the commission, right? Because remember, they said commission, they in control of the shit, right? Commission, the promoters, the sanction body. But this sanction body is special because it's a clean boxing program. So if they saying that, well, hey, we're going to do it this way with the Broner fight, and then we're going to do it differently with the Thurman fight, at the end of the day, the Chiefs still think that is Vada going to Wada, which is not. The sanction body switched it up to the commission. So that's why there was a beef with Goodman and Sean Gibbons. This is the proof that I can see, because guess what? Rachel just now in the recent was bringing the same situation up. I just reinforced it. So listen, the attention span is short. I wanted to get into USADA, right? Because Tank Davis is saying he's using USADA, where they don't use USADA no more. But he doesn't give a fuck where he's using. It sounds like he's not even knowing what the fuck is going on. Because I saw that video. He said, yeah, that one. Yeah, USADA, yeah, fucking USADA. So, hey, we're going to do a video on USADA and how they dropped the ball with Manny Pacquiao Mayweather, and how, hey, motherfucker, money talks, bullshit fucking walks. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's what the fuck we're going to do, okay? So, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here for you to read between the lines. Yeah, let's walk out with me, man. Let me go get me. But like, I'm not trying to make Rachel or best friend. I'm not trying to say they wrong, because what she said from 1 to 4, it is correct, right? But we can't help the sanction body make a deal with the commission to do the second fight different with Thurman. We can't, right? So they did interfere, and that's why you had this beef with Margaret Goodman, and Margaret Goodman putting out a statement that Manny Pacquiao wasn't tested. Well, why would they say that? Well, the first test with Broner, it probably, of course, Vada administrated it, and it went to a credible lab called Vada, right? But then the fight with Broner, well, maybe it was 2 or 3 pre-test fights, testing, administration, just popping up out of nowhere 2 or 3 times within not 8 weeks, right? And then the sanction body, Maurice Sumans, decided instead of taking it to a accredited lab, we're going to give it to the state commission, right? Whatever commission that was, right? And we're going to let them take it to their test panel and test for a certain amount, where it's not going to water and getting a full panel and getting tested for testosterone, carbon, isotope, or HGH or EPO. We're going to take it and give it to the commission. That's interfering. And you give it to them to give to the sanction body, and that's where the beef was. That's where the beef was. So this is what I'm saying. Oh man, I had a nice walk. I got a little tan on my bald head. Coming through. I see this food. I see the brothers and the sisters are out. Oh man, this is what I love, man. See, the world is my playground. The world is my playground. I can either get it in my backyard, I could come out here with the brothers over here, or I could go in the gym. All three. But hey, man, it is what it is. Look at this. This is life right here, man. Everybody out here doing their thing. Yeah. Right? So, at the end of the day, hey, man, what's up, man? I just want to do a little run. Not a run, a little walk.
Yes, sir.
But I'll be out here,
Walking
man.
Is better.
Yeah, I just walk in.
The running is no good for you anymore.
Hey, at this age?
People don't understand something, right? When you reach a certain age after you cross 40, your cells start to die faster.
Yes.
So what happened now? The elasticity in your body starts to go away. When you run a new jog, remember you come down on that joint. That's not a natural design of the human body.
Exactly.
It wasn't born to run. You could run if it's emergency.
Exactly.
The adrenaline will kick in for you to run. The human natural ability is
to walk.
So
I walk 4 minutes and I do 1 minute a little bit faster, like a sprint.
And listen, once you do like this and you start it, you're moving, you're working your obliques, you're working your arm, you're working your shoulder, you're working your lumbar muscles.
Exactly.
All of this, you see?
Yeah, all of that.
With the run, you're sprinting off.
Right.
So it's like cheating because you're floating.
You're floating.
So gravity pulling you as you're running.
And guess what? There's a lot of stress oxidation after a certain amount of time. Stress oxidation, man.
So what you do next time you're doing any walking, keep your mouth closed and breathe through those deep breaths.
There you go.
Keep your mouth closed, period. Period. Because what happens? Every time you close your mouth and you inhale and exhale, you're stretching the whole back of your lung. Your lungs is here, the whole diaphragm in your lung.
This is core information, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
Your breathing is everything. Have a good one.
Yes. Back on the plantation I go. All right, man. All right. Yeah, man. So, each one teach one. That's how we do out in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I love Brooklyn, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love hanging out at Wingate, Lincoln Park. You know what I'm saying? This is my playground. I see the boxer trainer over there. As you can see in the beginning, he was asking me about. So, I get into it. I don't like usually bringing in my personal life and whatever. But if you could read between the lines, if you was listening, you heard. But anyway, might come back out here and get some boxing lessons and stuff like that. I was doing that before with some family. So it is what it is. Listen, I'm not here to change your mind. Let me get over here. Let me go to the store real quick. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here for you to read between the lines. It's not what they say, it's what they're not saying. And I'm out. 1.